Currently, President-elect Donald Trump has been speaking a lot about immigration in the U.S., also potential relationship with with Canada and the Canadian government. A lot of things has been going around. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, which is a live stream, I am going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on how do I think the incoming president will affect Canadian immigration. If you guys haven't already subscribed to our channel, if you find this kind of content engaging, or if you want to see more of these content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Take your time, hit that like button. Really helps out the live stream. And most importantly, interact with me in the comment section, right? So if you guys have been living underneath a rock, let me get you guys up to date as to what's been going on in the world. The US had their election recently and Donald Trump won. Now, one of the things that Donald Trump has been using for his campaign is America First. Putting America first in every sense of the word, which means that the US will be cramping down on their own immigration policies very sternly, which was something that happened previously when Donald Trump was in his first term, going in his second term. Now, this is really only going to be impactful for persons who are considered undocumented in the US or persons who are not fully in compliance with the US immigration laws, rules, etc., 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 right? Now, how will this affect Canada, in my own opinion? Now, before I get into it, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that's been going on in the media. 51st state. You guys have heard it. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it? If you're watching this live right now and you're in Canada, do you guys think that Canada will be the 51st state? Do you guys think that it's possible for Canada to be the 51st state of the US? Or is it just the president-elect trolling Canada? Personally, I don't think this is something that will be possible. And I think it's just the president being who he is, right? And also, I think it's really in an effort to really protect the border in the best way possible, right? Hi, Kimsey, welcome to the stream. Aren't you at work today? It's Monday. Not everybody is home with me, so if you're home, big up yourself as well. Nat is at work. I'm by myself today, me and Malika. So I thought, why not go live? So yeah, talking about the 51st state. So the president-elect has been joking around a lot in the sense that he's been saying that he wants to make Canada the 51st state, as well as Greenland, as well as the Panama Canal, and a number of different things. And I've met some Canadians who have thought that um, it's not a bad idea. But I think it's a terrible idea because one number of reasons. Canada has its own economy, Canada has its own culture, and Canada is the second largest country on earth, right? So it's just not gonna be possible. And of course, there's talks of tariffs and US hitting Canada with 25% tariffs and stuff like that. But I also think that those are just statements that's being made in an effort to bring all parties to the table to see how best they can protect the border of the US. Now, if you're in the US and you're undocumented right now, this is a very troubling time for you guys. I know a lot of persons who have been reaching out to me personally, asking me of different ways that they can migrate to Canada, etc., etc., etc. And personally, I think that what this will cause for the Canadian immigration system is a lot of more persons will be coming into Canada trying to seek refugee or asylum in Canada. This is something that is expected, and this was something that happened previously when President Trump was in power. Now, I think this will affect Canadian immigration negatively in the sense that when there's an influx of claimants claiming for refugee and asylum, it actually increases the number of refusals. So it simply means that if you are a legitimate person who are applying for asylum, right now the chances of you getting refused will be higher because simply there will be more persons applying for refugee, claiming refugee status, and because of that, it will increase the amount of persons who are refused. So I think that will be impactful on the Canadian economy. Also, I think that um, there's gonna definitely be a lot more persons coming into Canada as well. Let's be frank. Canada and the US share the longest land border in the world. The longest land border in the world is shared by Canada and the US. So it simply means that just as our persons go through the border, go illegally into the US, I think it will be the same thing in Canada. However, notwithstanding that Canada is a lot colder And while you can cross into the US using Mexico, which is pretty warm, and you can cross a little river here and do whatever it is that they do there, Canada is a different ballgame, especially in the winter months. I know that now being December and January, a lot of persons are trying to see how can they get out of the US before President-elect Trump takes office. Unfortunately, this is being done in coldest winter months, which is estimated to be January and February, which is where the weather is really not so pretty. And if it is that you're going to be crossing the border by land, let me tell you guys, it's really a life or death situation. It's really a life or death situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section as well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that it's gonna be beneficial to Canada, or do you think it's gonna be negatively impactful to Canada? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Let me go there right now. Kimsey, good morning. Off. Oh yeah, that's right. You're off until January 2nd. Tanisha says, good afternoon. Blessings, blessings. It's still morning here in Alberta, Canada. It's now 11:25 a.m., but good afternoon to you wherever you are in the world. Assuming you're in Jamaica, bless up yourself, big up yourself. If you guys are here with me right now, take a second to hit that like button on this live stream. Share this live stream to a friend or a family member so they can see what's going on in the Canadian space. And absolutely, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second and subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. As well, guys, I've been trying out this new mic, so if you guys are hearing me clearly, let me know in the comment section that you guys are hearing me clearly as well. Or if you need me to change it up a little bit, let me know what's going on. Um, Kimsey says, Trump is trolling. And also, Kimsey says, it would probably be more in their best interest to try to absorb Alberta because of all the resources, but not even that is possible. Um, I think interesting times are ahead. I don't think it's possible, but definitely interesting times are definitely lying ahead of us. We're just hoping for the best for everybody, for both countries, because Canada and the US is known to be best friends, closest allies, all of these things. So of course we don't want any friction between both countries. We want things to remain as it is, because both countries are mutually beneficial to both. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were like, yeah, we get a lot of goods by Canada gets a lot of goods from the US, but the US also get a lot of resources from Canada in terms of oil and even fresh water, because Canada has the largest amount of freshwater lakes in the world, and most of the world's freshwater comes out of Canada. So mutually beneficial. Oh, that's right, Tanisha, you're in Oshawa, Ontario. What's the weather like in Ottawa? Right now in my city, it's pretty cold. It's minus 15 degrees, light snow in the air, and it's just overcast, doom and gloom, that kind of weather today. But give thanks, nice and warm inside, so no complaints on my end. But yeah, talking more about how the Canadian immigration space will be impacted. Also, I think a lot more persons will be applying to come to Canada rather than the US. Even though I still think that if it is that you are legal in the US, this wouldn't necessarily be impactful to you. This wouldn't necessarily be affecting you at all. This is predominantly for persons who are undocumented in the US. Those are the persons who are going to be most impacted. And there are thousands and thousands and probably even millions of people who fit that status quo of being undocumented in the US. So I think these are the niche, the section of the population that's going to be most impactful, and I think they're going to try definitely to come into Canada, but I think it's going to cause a lot of claims to be refused, both genuine and ungenuine claims. And bearing in mind that Canada also has its own immigration challenges going on right now, where, for example, reduction in study permits, reduction in temporary foreign worker stream, and on a lot of different things going on, LMIA reduction, and just trying to get that system under control. So with that being reduced and more persons coming and trying to seek refugee status, I think it's gonna be very interesting looking forward. Thank you, Kimsey. Microphone is working good. Life with Risey says, good afternoon where you guys are at as well. Blessings to everybody. If you're seeing this, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on the time zone you guys are in. It's still morning here in Alberta, so that's where we're at, right? Smash a like on the live stream if you guys are new here, if you guys are just joining. Even if you're just taking a quick peek to see what's going on, hit that like button before you guys head on out. It really, really helps us out a whole lot. Subscribe to our channel if you like these kind of conversations, like this kind of content. Let me know by subscribing, and let your comments be known, right? Common Sense Canadian says we only have 500,000. We should easily deport those. Well, interesting times are definitely ahead. That's all I can say where that is concerned. I know that a lot of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. are definitely going to be trying to seek refuge, asylum in Canada for sure. It's a conversation that's been going on widespread over the past couple weeks. As soon as everyone saw that President-elect Donald Trump won the election, everyone started scampering. What can I do? How can I get out? Where can I go? And this is something that's going to be impactful on the Canadian immigration space for sure. Let me know if you guys agree or if you guys disagree with me in the comment section. It's really a space to have open conversation, open debates. Let's check, 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 check. Can you guys hear me now? Comment and let me know if you guys can hear me now. Can you guys hear me? I'm waiting on somebody to comment and say if they can hear me or not. Hear it now. Perfect. And okay, yes. Awesome. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. As I said, I'm trying out some new equipment, so work in progress. Bear with me a little bit, right? So as I was saying that it's gonna be interesting times ahead. I expect that the president-elect Trump will change a lot of laws as it relates to immigration in the US. And of course, Canada will feel the effects of those changes. But let me know what you guys think of the topic in the comment section. You guys still not hearing? Tanisha says she's not hearing. I thought you guys are hearing. Is the sound in and out? Let me know, guys. I can hear. Okay. Okay. Because I feel like I don't want to be talking in vain. So, Tanisha, let me know if you can hear me now. I know I was having some challenge with my mic not too long ago, but I got rid of it. So let me know if you can hear me now. Work in progress. Still trying to fine tune. Also, guys, it's the last Monday of the year. Can you believe that? It's coming to the end of 2024. We only have 2 days remaining, which is today, being Monday, and tomorrow, right? So, as we go into our new year, if you guys don't get to see me before, I want to say a happy new year to all of you guys. And whatever it is, you're looking forward to the new year will become a success, and you will definitely achieve all your goals and aspirations. But more importantly, I'm wishing all of you guys health. I'm wishing all you guys strength so you can accomplish the goals that you guys want to accomplish, right? So if I don't get to say that anywhere else in the live stream, I want to take a second to say that right now. I will only be live another 6 or so minutes. Not planning on going live for too long in this video, but let me know what you guys think of the topic. The 51st state of the US, Canada, and also how do you think the president-elect will affect Canada's immigration space? Let me know in the comment section if you guys are seeing live. Hit that like button if you guys are watching after it's posted. Comment, hit the like button, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. So Life with Drive just says, yep, I agree. It may result in more people coming to Canada initially, but Canada is pressured now to get their own immigration under control. So eventually, it won't be that easy to migrate to both. Definitely agree. Canada is under a lot of pressure, and like for undocumented immigrants in the US, there couldn't be a worse time right now for you to choose to come to Canada, because Canada is definitely trying to fine tune tighten its own immigration policy. And of course, Canada has its own election that's going to be coming up in another couple of months or so. And then, of course, with an election, a lot of changes to immigration is imminent. So let me tell you guys, there couldn't be a worse time for you guys to choose to come to Canada. But it is what it is. We all just want a better life for our friends and family. So whatever means necessary is what a lot of persons will take, and any means necessary, right? So we have 20 of you guys here. I want to say thank you guys for spending a part of your midday Monday with me. If you're here, please just take a second to hit the like button on the live stream. There's 20 of you guys. I want to see at least 20 likes at least. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. Common Sense Canadian says, I want Pierre to start deporting on day one. Oh, that's pretty strong. Let me know why such a strong stance. No work in progress. You want it to just start immediately. Let me know, let me know. Anake says, me too. Common Sense Canadian again says, starting with immigration abusers, Indian student, they came as student but never set foot in a class. And of course, we've been doing a few videos talking about that as well. And I definitely agree that there's a lot of fraudsters, and fraudsters should be called out. And why would you apply for a study permit, taking away somebody's spot when you have no intention of going to school? It's not fair, it's not right, it's wrong in every sense of the word. And I believe that if you're gonna immigrate or migrate to a new country, do it properly. Do it properly. Follow the channels, follow the rules. I myself is an immigrant. Many persons watching this right now is an immigrant. We had to suffer. We had to go through the process properly. We had to do things the right way. I had to go back to school even though I didn't really want to go back to school. I had to do the thing. I had to just do things the way it should have been done. And it's unfair for persons like myself and persons who actually do things properly, um, to have to see persons like take shortcuts, take loopholes, and then abuse a system that's been so good to many of us. So on that stance, I can actually agree with what you're saying. If you guys haven't actually seen any of those videos as yet, go and check it out and let me know that you guys are there by commenting. All right, but Common Sense Canadian, where are you from? Let me know in the comment section, where are you from? And hopefully anybody in the US, if you're in there undocumented, my best advice to you would be the best investment you can make is to invest into an immigration attorney, invest into an immigration lawyer. Don't cheap it out. Don't cheap it out. Get yourself an immigration attorney, get yourself an immigration lawyer who can guide you, who can advise you, who can definitely steer you in the right direction. Oftentimes we take things into our own hands, but we don't know everything, we don't do everything, and then you end up in a bad situation. So get yourself an immigration attorney to guide you along your process before you try to make that journey into Canada, because as I said, Canada also has its own immigration challenges and own immigration policies that's going to be tightened, that's being worked on. So before you jump out a frying pan and drop in the fire, definitely invest into an immigration attorney. All right. So Common Sense, Edmonton. Edmonton is my home away from home. I was there just 2 weeks ago. I love Edmonton. However, it's a bit too big for me in the sense that I like taking 10-15 minutes to get across town. In Edmonton, 30 minutes. It's a little bit too long for me. But I love Edmonton. It's my home away from home. And there's so much things to do there, and I absolutely love it. I have not been to Kelowna, BC yet. It's definitely on my list of places to go because I heard that Kelowna is the Caribbean of Canada. Confirm or let me know. I heard it's beautiful, but I also hear it's expensive. So I'm going to have to probably plan and prepare to go there as well. Love Edmonton for me, landed there in 1999. Always home for me too. Definitely. And where did you come from initially? If you guys are here as well, and you're an immigrant and you'd like to share your story, please connect with me. I'd love to chat with you guys and share your story on our platform so persons can see a factual expression of what it is like to migrate to Canada. So if you're watching this live right now and you're an immigrant in Canada and you have a story, probably it's a challenge you overcome in your journey or going through the robust immigration system, or just generally just any success or challenges you have in immigrating to Canada, I'd love to chat with you guys and share your story and the Anderson's family. Let us share your story to the world. So if it is that you're an immigrant in Canada, please shoot me an email and let's make it happen. I'd love to chat with you guys on camera and share your story so we can educate others, inspire others who want to migrate to Canada, but most importantly, paint a factual picture of what migrating to Canada is like, reality versus expectation, right? I'm dropping my email right now in the chat. So if you guys want to shoot me an email, please shoot me an email and let's connect. Let's connect. I'd love to share as many stories as possible. It doesn't matter what country you came from. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. I'd love to hear your immigration story to Canada and share it to the world. So my email is in the chat right now. I'm gonna also pin it. So please guys, shoot me an email if it is that you would like to share your immigration story so that others can benefit from your story as well, right? I'm pinning it right now. So there's my email. If you guys would like to share your immigration story, please do that right now. And I see you're from Uganda. So I have a lot of Ugandan friends here in my city. So big up on yourself. Big up, big up, big up, big up. It's often said that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's often said that Uganda has the most beautiful women in the world. A lot of persons always say that. It's widespread on the internet. It's not my opinion necessarily, but it's usually said that Uganda has the most beautiful women in the world. Common sense Canadian, let me know what you think, if this is true or if it is false. Anake says, is it true everyone needs $10,000 to get a visa to come to Canada? Uh, Anake Williams, no, I don't think it's necessarily true because it depends on the visa that you're applying for. If you're applying for a study permit, you need a lot more than $10,000. If you're applying for a visitor's visa, you don't necessarily need $10,000, but you need to show and demonstrate that you have enough income, money, to support yourself while you are in Canada. So if you're here for a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever the case may be, you have to just demonstrate that you are financially capable enough to support yourself without working in Canada, because if you're here as a tourist, you're not allowed to work. So you have to make sure that your means of support is there. That's what it's all about, right? Common says, to each their own. But have you heard that before though? That's the question. Have you heard that Uganda has the most beautiful women in the world? Have you heard that? Because I've heard that for sure. Let me know if you have heard that or if it's just the groups of Ugandans that I'm in and they are blowing smoke. Let me know, right? And I want to say a huge thank you to all the persons who are here watching this live right now. Thank you guys so much for spending a part of your day with me. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think. Again, in the comment section about just the whole thing with Canada being the 51st state and being absorbed into the US. Also, how do you think Canadian immigration will be affected by President Trump imminent arrival into the White House Oval Office? Let me know, let me know, let me know. It's called the Pearl of Africa for a reason. There we go. There we go. The Pearl of Africa. I know I'm not the only one who heard this. I'm always hearing this. But give me a second, guys. Malika seems like she needs my attention. I'll be back. Malika, what's up? Go in the room. 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 So if you guys don't know me, I have two daughters. My oldest daughter, Malika Jade, she's home with me right now. She is non-verbal and she's autistic, and she's the reason for her season. So from time to time, my live stream might get interrupted because I have to give her attention. I'm home with her alone right now. Her mom is at work, and her sister is at their home. So if you guys see me running across the room here and there, that's where I'm at. Okay. The pearl of the... Oh, so I didn't miss anything. So it's called the Pearl of Africa for a reason. Right? So anyways, guys, if you guys are here and you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second, hit that subscribe button, smash a like on the live stream as soon as you guys get in. I'm not gonna be live for much longer. Promise you I'm not gonna dive too deep into your afternoon, and I thank you guys for being here. Good morning, everyone from cold Winnipeg, Manitoba. What? Canada being the 54th? What thems? Who said that? So President-elect Trump has been trolling Canada a lot, calling Canada's America's 51st state and calling our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau its governor. So he's been trolling, saying that he wants Canada to be a part of the US, Greenland to be a part of the US, and also the Panama Canal. It's been the only thing that's been going around for the past 2 weeks. However, as far-fetched as it sounds, there are some Canadians who actually think it's a good idea. And there are many, many, many other Canadians who is like, no way, Jose, not gonna happen, not at all. So that's what we're talking about as well. That's definitely something that's been going around. I'm surprised I haven't heard it actually, but it's definitely something that's been going on. I would support that. Canada has fallen apart. There we go. Let me know. Why would you support it? Throw it in the chat. Let me know. Why would you support it? Why would you support it? It's a bad idea. There we go. And again, as I said, I know quite a few persons who said that they would be in support of it. So you're actually not alone. You're not alone in supporting it, as far-fetched as it may sound. Here in beautiful Jamaica for vacation, not looking forward to coming back to the -20 in Edmonton at all. Listen, I'm telling you, enjoy Jamaica. It's on our New Year's list. Definitely want to plan a trip to Jamaica next year in 2025. Drink some jelly water, eat some juicy beef patty, which is #1 patty. Oh, sorry, taste this patty, which is the #1 patty. You guys know how it is. That will never happen. You know what I've learned to say, chosen and united? Never say never. This world can be a very interesting place, and a lot of things can happen that we never thought would have been possible. So I'm just going with the flow and seeing what the world has to offer, but I think it's highly unlikely. But I know quite a few persons who are in agreement with it. Anna K. Williams says KFC too. KFC is not my favorite, but definitely have some KFC. Nuts love KFC. Zinger barbecue. Extra cheese and bacon. That's nuts. I'll just probably take what would I take at KFC? I don't even remember Jamaica KFC menu anymore. Yeah, I'll take a 2-piece hot and spicy with a biscuit and a corn. That's what I would have. Now I'm hungry. Thank you very much. Now I'm hungry, Anake. Now I'm hungry. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the support over 2024, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things in 2025. Again, guys, I've pinned my email. If you guys are an immigrant in Canada, if you're an international student, temporary foreign worker, permanent resident, or have gotten citizenship, and you have a story that you'd like to share that can motivate somebody else who have recently migrated or who's thinking of migrating to Canada, please, I'd love to connect with you guys. I'd love to share your story. I'd love to put your story out there to the world. Let the Andersons share your story with the world so that other persons can get a realistic expectation of what migrating to Canada looks like. I would thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy that. That's something that we're looking to do now more of in 2025, but we can't do it without you wanting to share your story. So if you want to share your story, my email is right there pinned in the chat box. Shoot me an email. Let's connect. And I'll definitely arrange a time convenient to you and myself, and we can definitely chat on camera and talk all about your immigration journey to Canada, right? A lot of things would change. Example, US doesn't need... Okay, a lot of things would change. Example, US doesn't have free healthcare. If Canada is absorbed as part of the US, free healthcare most likely would no longer be a thing. And let me tell you guys this. That's a big thing. Because I work with a hospital foundation here in my city, and let me tell you guys this, I've learned so much about healthcare in the US. I've heard so many things that it can cost you a arm and a leg, but even like if you go to the hospital to have a baby, it can cost you thousands of dollars if you don't have insurance. And also, if you want that opportunity to swaddle your child, you're gonna have to pay extra. And And I don't think Canadians really understand how fortunate we are to have free healthcare. Now, I know that waiting time might be challenging, and a lot of persons might say, hey, I have to wait forever to get access to a doctor. But the point of the matter is, once you get through the door, you just walk out. You don't have to worry about pain. That is a big, big, big deal. And for myself, that's one of the things that I am most grateful for. That healthcare, listen, that is a big thing, and let's not take it for granted. If you're in Canada, let's not take that for granted. There's no perfect system, there's no perfect society, and everything is gonna be a work in progress. So whilst I know that there's challenges in the healthcare system in terms of not enough primary care providers, not enough family doctors, not enough emergency room doctors. Waiting times are long, tedious wait lists. I know. Not discrediting that. However, the fact that it's free, don't take that for granted. No child benefit in the US either. I didn't know that. So I didn't. So like for example, Alberta childcare grant and childcare subsidy and all these things, that's not in the US. Whew. If you're watching this and you're in the US, how do you survive? That would be the question. How would you survive? The healthcare is a real thing. Living in the bigger cities, a family doctor is much harder to come by than in the smaller town. Big up the smaller towns and cities. Definitely. You guys have to be also adaptable. Don't fall into what I call the big city syndrome. If you're a new immigrant, be open to moving to a small city. Build that foundation, then go to a bigger city. Although a lot of persons go to the big cities and they are successful just the same, but the chances are it's going to be a lot more difficult. So be open to the smaller cities and smaller towns as well as a new immigrant. Guys, please, there's 22 of you guys and there's only 6 likes on the live stream. What's going on? You guys don't like the live? You guys don't like the conversation? Is it a conversation you guys don't like today? Please like the video, like the live stream. At least 20 likes. So if you're watching right now and you haven't liked the live stream as yet, just take a quick second, gently hit that like button. It really helps me out. Really helps out the live stream. So if you're getting any form of value, information, education from our content, please just take a second, gently hit that like button. Really helps us out. Okay, so Quite2 says, in the US, they can tax credits for having children, but no monthly child benefit. Oh, I see. So you get it back, you keep your receipts, you keep your child care, all of those things, and then you claim it back. Oh, I see. But you can also do that in Canada as well. So you claim your child care expenses just the same here. The only thing is they don't get it up front. That's bad. I think one positive would be the reduction in taxes, maybe, and probably the increase in income, because I think in the States they earn a lot more than we earn here in Canada, and things are generally cheaper, more so because they have a lot more manufacturing companies that make a lot of their goods, so they don't have to import a lot of things. But in Canada, a lot of stuff has to be imported because not a lot of stuff are made here in Canada, so that kind of cost to the grocery prices being a lot higher here than it is in the US. In the US, groceries are, we in Canada would consider that dirt cheap. So there's benefits. There's benefits to both sides of the coin, but free healthcare, childcare subsidy, those are things that I think can make or break any society. And being a part of the US, you wouldn't have free healthcare, and for a lot of persons, that would be damaging. So oil, natural gas, etc. Yeah. So definitely, it's something that I don't think it's possible. Let's not talk about it anymore. I'm getting anxiety talking about it. Let's not talk about it anymore. In case increase in income, yes, but I kind of feel like they don't have as many social programs that you would have to spend on anyways. Ontario does some manufacturing. Yeah, there's definitely manufacturing in Canada, just not as much as in the US. In the US, you have so many different brands, so many different companies, so many different manufacturing plants all across the country, from clothing to food to footwear to eyewear to everything. There's so much more in the US. Let's be honest, there's so much more in the US, and there's so much more that can be done in Canada where manufacturing is concerned. A lot of persons will say Canada taxes are very high, and that's kind of definitely what is hindering some manufacturing companies from coming into Canada. But I mean, there's no perfect society, right? You can't have a cake and eat it kind of thing. Quality of life, I think, is probably better in Canada. Disclaimer: I've never been to the US. Quality of life, from my opinion, seem to be a little bit better in terms of it's a lot more peaceful. In the US, some of the things that you hear goes on in the US, it might happen in Canada too, but on a smaller scale. So peace, from a peaceful perspective, I think Canada is a lot more peaceful than in the US. So something to talk about, something to think about as well, right? Anyways, I promise you guys I wasn't gonna go on and on and on and on. I agree that quality of life is better in Canada. The right to carry firearms will be adopted. Quality of life in Canada is better. There we go. There we go. Definitely. And I think the right to carry firearms is probably a good and a bad thing. And it's probably gonna cause some of the things that's happening there to be happening here too. And we don't want that. We don't want that, US. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. Right? Um, it needs to be with how much crime. It needs to be, but with how much crime has risen, but still not at the point of where it is in the US, and that's just the truth. In the US, I mean, you have some terrible, terrible, terrible communities, terrible gang violence. Yeah, there's so many things that goes on across the US that is not present in Canada. Let's be honest. So while there's crime everywhere in the world. There's no country that's exempt of crime. But what we're talking about is crime per 100,000 demography, and I think it's a lot more prevalent in the US than in Canada. So Canada is a lot more peaceful generally than in the US. Let's be honest. But there's pros and cons to both societies. And again, if you are undocumented in the US, we feel your pain. As a fellow immigrant, we feel your pain. We know the challenge that you guys may be facing right now. But the best advice is definitely get yourself a immigration attorney and see how best you can navigate yourself, right? US is much worse, yes, but there are areas of the GTA that are getting bad. I agree. Definitely agree. Getting bad, getting very bad. However, not at the point of where the US is. So let's end on that note, right? Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream video. If you guys are new here, if you guys enjoy the conversation, if you guys want to see more of these conversations, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Like the video, let us know that you guys like this kind of content. And again, if you're an immigrant in Canada and you'd like to share your story about how you overcame the immigration challenges, or you settled in Canada, and what advice you would have to give to new immigrants, please send me an email. My email is pinned to this chat right here. And let's connect, let's chat, and let us share your story to the world so we can make somebody's journey more easier than our journey. Let's educate persons, let's inform persons, and let persons know the difference between the reality versus the expectation, right? Until next time, guys, I'll end this live stream right here. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I'm wishing you guys a happy new year, a blessed and prosperous 2025, and thank you guys for your support over 2024, and we look forward to bigger and better things in 2025. On behalf of me and my wife and my family, I want to say thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.